Hello, this is Dr. Jill Young, and I'm going to go over your week 2 assignments. I hope everyone has had a great first week of class. I will not be grading. I will be grading before Friday. That is my deadline. I don't know exactly which day yet for your week 1 posts, but will always be before Friday night. So I'm going to go over your week 2 work. The first assignment, you have 2 discussion questions. There is one discussion board that says week 2, and within that board there are 2 different discussion questions. The first one is this article. It's going to be based on this article, and it says I'll provide the details, so I'm doing that now. For this one, you do have to post a response. And I do want you to use an outside source to support that initial post. Let's get to that first. You want to click on this. You're going to read Happiness is the Greatest Good by Jeremy Bentham. Now, he wrote a book called Introduction to the Principles of Morals and Legislation, and that is what we are reading an excerpt from. So, you want to make sure that you read this carefully. Basically, he is going to talk about his feelings about the laws of the nation and how they should be rationally based, not emotionally based. And he thought that he believed in the greatest good for the greatest number of people. And utilitarianism. So, and also, and he was basically a writer. He formed the Westminster Review, and he also founded him and his movement, they founded the University College in London. So, just a little background there about that. And so, these are ideas of interest here. What I want you to do is just kind of get to right here, of the principles of utility. As I said, utilitarianism. The greatest good for the greatest number of people is kind of the theme through here. And you will read that in your text as well. Our text has that and some examples, and I'm sure that you're reading that. I want you to read through all this, and then when you get to the end, I'm going to scroll down here. After you've read all this, there are topics worth investigating, questions. And number 2 is what I want you to answer. And I have that posted on the discussion board right now. Bentham seems to equate happiness with pleasure. Are there significant differences between pleasure and happiness? Do the characteristics of time, sensation, or emotion differ for each? Can one be happy while in painful circumstances? Provide some specific examples in support of some of the distinctions you notice. This is an interesting question, set of questions, of course. But basically, I want you to answer them, and this is really this is an opinion. However, don't just state your opinion. Back it up with examples. You might agree with Bentham. If so, that's fine, but why and how? What are some examples that you feel support this statement that happiness and pleasure are the same? And if you don't agree, tell me why that doesn't make sense to you, or you don't agree with that, or examples in life, in society that disprove that. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I like this question here. Can one be happy while in painful circumstances? Which I do agree. I do feel that's the case. And, I mean, I can think of some, you know, some people have, yeah, I don't know. I kind of think about people that would, you know, sacrifice their lives for someone else. And, you know, I think about, you know, military personnel, those who have a really, you know, a cause in life and want to serve that cause, and that would make them happy. And even if that, you know, includes getting hurt or even dying, they would rather do that than, you know, shirk away from the responsibility. I don't know. That's just kind of what I go to first in my mind when I read that sentence. But some of you might have different ideas. So, provide some specific examples in support of some of the distinctions you noticed. And that is what I want you to do for this question. Did I skip a part of it? Do the characteristics of time, sensation, or emotion differ for each? Yes. So that's for the pleasure and the happiness. So yes, I want you to talk about those. If you have any questions, you get stuck, email me, text me, call me, whatever. That's for the first discussion. I hope that's kind of cleared it up. I just, at least get you thinking in the right direction, which is really what the purpose of this video is. I mean, I don't want to tell you answers or anything, or influence what you would do on your own. Is just want to kind of give you a, you know, sometimes you can read something and I could read something and it would mean completely different things to both of us. So I just want to kind of give you a guide as to what you need, how you need to be approaching that question. So, anyway, let me know if that's not helpful to you. Just let me know, because I do like feedback about the content of these videos, whether they're helpful or not. You know, it's a work in progress for me. They're not even required, but I do them because I feel like I want to add more than just the words on the screen. So, anyway, okay, so that was for the first one. Now, the second question that's within that board is this question here, which there's a link here for Marcula, I hope I'm saying that right, Marcula Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University. And now, basically what this is a list of articles and videos. Let me just go, I'm going to go ahead and go to the site. Yeah. You can see there's articles all over here, you know. It's a list of them. Just, you know, gives you some variety at least. Select an article or video from that list that interests you. Express general comments on the article and explain its relevance to this course. Try to tie back things you read in the article to your text or any of your lecture material. Make sure to include the link to the article. I just went to the article. Hopefully, you all will be able to access it as well. But if you can't, find another one related to ethics. You do not have to post a peer response to this question. This one you do not have to. Don't see this here. Just ignore it. This is, I don't know why this is repeated again on here. Is it? Oh, it's because it goes to the first one. That's why. I know that's confusing. I thought it was, quite frankly, but it's easy to confuse me, I guess. But anyway, yeah, this here is it's referring to the first discussion question. The second discussion question, you do not have to post a response. Just want to make that very clear. Paper 1 is due Sunday of week 4. I would go ahead and start working on it as soon as I could. The instructions and the grading rubric for that assignment are in the syllabus. However, just so you know, this week, probably between mid to late week, I'm going to post a video that specifically talks about that paper only. Just all about that paper. That's it. So, be on the lookout for that. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to go over the discussion board real quick. Alrighty, if I can get there. Alright, so I posted this, and I just put week 2 discussion questions. Here they are, right here. Is there somebody's post? Yeah, so there's the second one. There's the first one. I went ahead and put the question in the document that I wanted you to answer right here in the board with the citation, just so you don't have to go back to the article and read the question and come back to the discussion board if you'd rather just have it on there. I just was trying to make it easier. So that's all. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope we have a great week. I look forward to seeing some of the discussion answers on the discussion board. And by the way, just so you know, you can always text me, call me, text me, email me. Text is the quickest way to get a hold of me. If you text me with a question, I'll be happy to answer it as soon as possible. Just let me know who you are and what class you're in, because I teach at 4 different schools, and I really have a hard, I just can't remember phone numbers. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that'd be great. Thanks, and have a great night.